To this now, the Groblersdal Magistrates Court in Limpopo will today deliver judgment in the case of people accused of assault in a suspected racially motivated incident. The owners of a security company, Pieter, Groenewald and Stephan, Greef, allegedly assaulted one of their security guards, 30-year-old Veneruru Kavari, and unleashed a dog on him. Groenewald and Greef face a charge of assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. For more on the story, let's bring in SABC News reporter Pimani Baloyi now. Pimani, thank you so much for your time. Over the period of this case, we've seen a lot of activity happening outside. Let's now start with what is likely to happen inside. What time will judgment be delivered? And importantly, have Groenewald and Greef pleaded guilty to the charges?
Good morning, Onati, and good morning to our viewers. It has not reached that stage where they were asked to indicate what they intend to plead, either guilty or not guilty, inside this court, because right now they've been focusing on that bail application. And as you mentioned, Onati, outside court, there's always a hive of activity. There's always police cordoning off the court precinct, but we've also seen people wearing t-shirts of different political parties protesting outside court. Right now, this moment, Onati, we've just seen police officers. I think the people with political t-shirts are yet to arrive. But inside court, Onati, the case was scheduled to start at 9 today, but due to load shedding from the ESCOM load shedding app, it shows that there was load shedding from 7 a.m. and it will only stop at 11 a.m. So we expect court to start then at 11 a.m. when load shedding has stopped, because there isn't any backup in this court precinct. But Unati, when we go into court, as you rightfully stated, we do expect judgment on that bail application. But before we get to that judgment, the magistrate last time said we will be hearing closing arguments from the applicant, the lawyers representing Mr. Greef and Mr. Groenewald, as well as the state explaining why they are opposing that bail application. We expect that to be the first portion that we hear. The applicant, being the defense, will start that, given their closing arguments. And we do know that their main point of contentions was that it's not true that what the state is saying, that the two will be at risk should they be released on bail, stating that both own a security company, they have security dogs in their premises, and that they have security cameras all over the premises where they'll be staying, stating that because of that, their lives will not be endangered if released on bail. But also stating that with Mr. Groenewald, where the state stated that he had shown a history of absconding, the state saying that he absconded for a total of 12 years with his previous conviction, where they say an offense, 2 cases of murder and 1 of attempted murder, was committed in 1999, but he was only apprehended and tried in 2002 after he had absconded. The state even saying they saw records that he had even at some point relocated and moved to Portugal, where he spent about 10 years there, but he was only apprehended later than that. But Mr. Groenewald's lawyer stating this is not true. There is no record that shows that he had been given bail and that he had absconded, and that he actually did his time for that crime. He was released in 2010 for after doing on parole after doing about 10 years in prison, and he showed that he was somebody who followed the law, and that after he was released on parole in 2010, his parole period lapsed in 2020, and that he was given amnesty. This is something that the state did not respond to, the amnesty part. We don't know if that is true or not, but it was in court unopposed. But also the state concerned that, there's a lot of community members who are angry, who might endanger the lives of the two should they be released on bail. And the defense also contended that, no, that's something that is just the investigating officer's opinion. He did not have any proof of somebody, like a specific person, threatening to endanger the lives of the two accused, stating that the state is handling this as a political matter, also citing the fact that politicians have been coming to this court premises to address people who have been gathering outside court, stating that this has nothing to do with politics, but it has been turned into a political place where people seem to come to campaign for the upcoming elections. But that's something the state has also denied vehemently, stating that this is just a criminal case that they are handling as a criminal case and they do not have any political influence. So today we expect the majority of this, the summation of these arguments to be given by both the state and the defense, to say, number one, the defense must be saying these are the reasons our clients deserve to be released on bail, and the state will be saying these are the reasons we say they shouldn't be given bail. And then shortly after that, I'm sure the magistrate will take a short adjournment where we will come back and get that judgment, Unati. So that's basically the majority of what we expect in court, but it will only start at after 11 when load shedding has ended in this area. Unati?
One wonders, Pimani, how much of Groenewald's past, will affect this case, and particularly also what's happening in the community. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Pimani, Baloyi there for us. Thank you so much for that update. Of course, we will be monitoring the Groblersdal Magistrates Court very closely today.